know it's been a while, and I apologize for the delay to anyone who actually cares about whatever I post. Just kind of didn't play DB for a while. Didn't even really play Yu-Gi-Oh that much during that time either. I just kind of did other things. But I felt like going back and playing some Edison again recently, and I was like, oh, screw it, I'll play Lightsworn finally. Because I was watching some of my old videos, and I saw someone playing Lightsworn, and then I remembered, like, oh yeah, Glorious Illusion exists, and like this one card made me want to play Lightsworn, so I was like, I gotta use it. Before I show off that, I just really quickly, someone asked to see my Gemini hero list in a previous video. This is it. It used to have some plant stuff in it, but it was just so bricky. I decided I couldn't take it anymore. So two Blazewing, two Dark Valkyria, triple Alias, obviously, two Ocean, the one the one Stratos. I guess I should put this into Edison format real quick just to make sure. One Gores because it comes up. Same for Trag. Two King of the Swamp, just nice to search the polys and it's a water. Two Toon Magician. This is just because this sometimes you get to make Black Brute Drago. It's pretty nice. Three A-Call, obviously. Future Fusion, pretty much just to make Ab Zero. Three Gem Spark, because it's Gemini Hero. Just for back row. Two copies, because just always nice to have two. Same for Poly. One Rhoda, obviously. Three Supervise, because honestly, it really comes in handy. Just being able to like supervise a Blazewing Butterfly and get back a Valkyria, and then this will trigger and because it's triggering, you can bring back the Blazewing Butterfly or any other normal. Like, pretty good. Birthright is in here just because your normal's in the grave. Bottomless, just some blanket removal. Hero Blast is removal and recovery for Alias, and then board presence. Got these in here so you can fuse into the Fortress Dragon. Got this in here for back row decks. Same for this. This in here for Frogs and Lightsworn. This for here for Frog Monarch. This here for the trap decks, and then this here if someone's playing a lot of full-on board breakers. Now that that deck's out of the way, let's get to the Lightsworn one. I am by no means a good Lightsworn player. I just kind of felt like building the deck, so this is what I came up with. I know you need names, and there's some names I wasn't playing, but I feel like there's good reason to not play them. For instance, I was not playing Janice, the Lightsworn Mender, because all she does is burn and gain life, but she's got a nice defense stat, but she doesn't mill on her own, and it's really, really slow. I also didn't put Rinyan because Raikou is just better. And, like, yeah, it recycles stuff and draws a card, but if I'm going to be setting a Lightsworn, I want it to be Raikou. I'm also not playing Shire because she's just too slow. Like 300 attack for Lightsworns with different names. If it just said regular names, it wouldn't be that bad. But different names makes it so like I feel like she's only ever getting to like 16. Maybe if I'm lucky, she's getting to 19. Uh, I'm not playing Garoth because it's a one tribute, and it's the same thing as her where it's different names. But at least he starts off bigger and he does piercing, so it's not as bad. I can understand playing him. Uh, I'm playing two Arcus. I'm gonna cut this after I record this. Uh, I just really didn't like it at any time. It's I don't like the card. I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's only a few cards in my deck that target. That being Lightsworn Saber, which I'll get to, and Glorious Illusion. But like other than that, there's like not really a reason to run him because it's not really protecting from much of anything else. I'm gonna be honest. Uh, Celestia, just play her at 2 because she can pop and mill. It's not that bad. Aaron, just good for doing with the defense ones. Push mills 3. Garoth is the one I'm really looking for every game because I learned that it can draw cards and that's just really helpful. Uh, Too honest because it's a light deck. Man, my computer is doing something crazy right now. There we go. Uh, the Jane Lightsworn Paladin. Got 3 of those, obviously. I'm playing 2 JD in the games you'll see. I think I'm going to cut JD. That feels like it's crazy to say, but I don't think I should be running it. Playing the 1 of Lumina because, it's good. 3 Lila because she mills 3 and she spell trap removal. 1 of these because, it's just I thought the protection before was like, whatever, but it's kind of nice. 1 of these, I kind of want to take this out because I forget it's there so often, and like it has its uses like stacking a wolf that's stuck in your hand, but I just it just feels so gimmicky, and I get in my opening hands a lot, and it's like I want to mill this, never draw it, and I just seem to always draw it. 3 Raikou because pretty much everyone's gonna kill it with a card effect or something, or steal it, so it's not even really going off, but when it does, it can help a lot. 3 Wolf just because if you're playing Lightsworn and you're not playing Wolf, then it's just like, well, you probably shouldn't play White Lightsworn because, oh, as bricky as he is, there's like not really a good payoff besides him and JD, and I don't really like JD anymore. Uh, 1 of Charge because it's limited, but I've never opened this card. 1 of True Nade just for back row decks. 1 of Heavy Storm, back row decks. 1 of MST, back row decks. 2 Lightsworn Saber. I swear I've never seen anyone use this card. I love this thing. It's so nice. Just like going first turn, normal summon a Jane, or normal summon an Aaron, and then mill for like end of turn, and then milling 1 of these. And it's like, oh, now Jane's a 25 or Aaron's a 23. So like some common normal summons just aren't going to get over it by itself. They got to put a little bit more effort in, which is a little nice. Plus that attack boost comes up like really a lot in some games. I think the first matchup. I know it's the second matchup. That's the one that it comes in real handy. 1 Pot of Avarice. I probably should put another one in the side, but at least for these games, I had 1 in the main and none in the side. 1 Rhoda, just because you can use it to search Aaron or Jane or Garoth. Uh, 3 Solar Recharge because it's Lightsworn. 2 Beckoning Light. Uh, Honestly, the only reason I like this card is because you can get back JDs and Honests, and then get Wolves and like these 2 out of your hand if they're breaking you. 2 Glorious Illusion. This card is so nice. Sometimes I don't get to use it a single time in these 3 matches I'm going to show today, but man, it just, oh, it's so nice. 1 Mirror Force because obviously, and 1 Tarantula because obviously. In the side, 2 Cyber Dragon and 2 Chimera Tech to go with it. I found it's better to have 2 instead of 1, just because there are some times where it's like having the second one helps. 3 DD Crow for grave oriented strategies, especially like frogs. 2 Dandelion in the side. Honestly, I want to move this to the main, just because like just getting 2 defensive tokens for sending this off a mill is kind of nice. And then it's only says they can't be tributed during that turn, so I can tribute them during a separate turn for, Celestia if I wanted to, but it's not like I need to. 1 of Brain Control in the side because I just depends on the matchup. Cold Wave for back row decks still, although apparently I maybe should put this in the main. Mind Control for certain matchups. I have 1 for 1 in here, but literally the only 1 for 1 target I have in this deck is Crow. And it's just because I think at one point I was thinking of a level 1 I could put in here. It's like I don't really know any level 1s I would want to. So you can probably take this out and put something better in. 2 Solar Release for Frogs and Lightsworn, and 2 bottom probably should be in the main, but well, oh well. Extra deck, don't really end up using it in my opinion, so it's just some generic stuff that you pretty much always see. Uh, and then just a few like this in here because if you can get a light tuner usually from your opponent, because I don't have any in here, and then a non-tuner, you can make this, and depending on how much ahead you are, you can hit for a game closing amount, honestly. uh, and then armory arms in here just because theoretically it's possible to do just the tiniest bit of burn damage for game. It's just always nice to have. And I have the Colossal Fighter in here too, so You can do this if you have like the perfect field setup for it, rare as it is. One of Black Rose, because technically you can make it. One of Brionac, because you can pretty easily make it. One of Goyo, can't make this thing at all. Like, I just have it in here because whatever. Iron Chain Dragon, Mistworm you can technically make, it's just not as common. RDA and Stardust, again, you can make, just not as common. And then same with Thought Ruler. Now, I'm going to change this deck up after the recording, like I said before. But now I think I can just show off the matches. There was a few of them. I played 3 of them today. First one, I believe, was against Frog Monarch. Now, I know I won this one, but man, this one is just, it felt a bit confusing to me. Man, good lord, I hate these advertisements. I might turn my volume down, that's a bit loud. So just decided to go MST and then set play, because of course I opened it, never get to mill it. I could have Solar Retro picked Lumina, that just feels really bad. So now I know it's Frogs, it's like, okay, well, that's unfortunate. Gonna have to deal with some Monarchs soon. I don't know how many Monarchs this guy was playing, because I literally only ever saw Caius out of him. So for all I know, he's just playing, like, Caius as the only Monarch, which would be very funny. So he kills my Plague. Draw Jane. Decide I'll pitch that. Of course I draw frickin' Wolf, and then I mill Garroth. I wish it was the other way around. But at least I milled that too. Lumina, you can just pitch the Wolf, and this is why I put Garroth, because you can summon Garroth. As soon as I swung with Lumina, I'll swing with this still, but when I swung with Lumina, they didn't do anything, but I just kind of knew they had Gores. But I was like, whatever, I'll deal with it. I got honest. So I did it, and no surprise, they got Gores, so they drop it. Set the stats up. I just decide, okay, and Lumina to mill 3. And look at that, I hit the Saber. So there, Garroth, and the Saber. And I put the Saber on the Garroth, so he's a bit harder to kill. And then the mill 2, because I milled a Garroth, I get to draw 1. Bring back their Frog. Brained on my Garroth. That really sucked. It's like, okay. So, I had some connection issues for a moment there, so I had to reconnect. I take Garroth. Go to swing in. And I wanted to swing in with Garroth first. Like that was a misplay. They really should have swung with like the 1850 instead to play around honest, but whatever. I guess they were playing around it because if they fight with Garroth, then that way he doesn't come back to me. But I mean, I'm pretty sure they have Monarchs enhanced. They can distribute for that. So my Saber goes to Greg because it's equipped to him. They just wanted to remind me of that real quick. Now they have that Caius that I knew they had, and then they managed to win. Sorry for yawning, it's late. Top deck of Raikou, it's like, well, that's simple. So I can just set him and set the Glorious Illusion. They summon back their Toad, they tribute it for Malicious Edge. I forgot they did this. He's, like, not a bad tribute. I thought the first time I saw him, like, oh, he's a 7, he sucks. But it's like, oh, but he's basically a 6 if they have a single monster. He's nice, too. Then I take the 24, but it's like, oh, wait, I need to take another one. And then I mill 3. Just some regular mills. Goodness, there's something in my eye today. Yeah. Draw the Lila. They don't have any back row, though, because they're a Frog Monarch player, so she's pretty much just here for mills. I just dropped the JD. Didn't even use my Glorious Illusion because it wouldn't do anything. Bye-bye, MS Lila, and that's game. Go into the sideboard. I think I just sided in some soul releases and like a single DD Crow. Second game I have playing this deck, and what happens? I draw the Plague Spreader, of course. So they just do some shortcuts, tribute that, get the Swap Frogs in that, and then add it to his hand. So it's just okay, just go Aaron. Because I always like doing Aaron instead of Jane, because she mills 3 instead of 2. However, you know, I will one of the next games, I think it's game the next game, I mill 3 on accident with Jane, because I thought she milled 3. Like I said, I'm still learning, and I think that was game to, but I didn't catch it until I rewatched these for the video. So I milled 3, and because I milled 3, like I said, it's really good, because if I did Jane here, I would hit the Heavy Storm and then the Saber, right? I believe that's what it was. I'd hit Heavy Storm and the Saber, and then for turn, I'd draw the Wolf. Now, I got the Saber and the Wolf, and then because I got this Saber on, they're still in standby, because, boom, enemy controller. And once again, like, yeah, they're taking my stuff, but, like, they can't just run it over in battle. They gotta do something extra with it. So taking it, yeah. I'm kind of glad I didn't put it on Wolf. Game bigger. And then, you know, they do this, but I got no reason to chain it because there's nothing else in my grave. It would be a waste. Sacrifice and finish my wolf. Take 24, pass to me. I side up turn again, and I can get rid of the tree now. So I've gotta spend some effort on the frog. But, I mean, you know, they got Swap Frog in hand. They can just do it back. Mill 3, hit a wolf, useless guy, and Glorious Illusion. Wolf's gonna come back. I got lucky with Wolf this game, but future games, I get screwed by him. So I believe he specials that by pitching that, and then dumps that, returns to Caius. Boom, Caius banish Aaron. Tries to kill Wolf, honest. Kind of worried about what he might have. I was thinking about maybe doing a Plague Spreader play, but if I normal summon Jane, he will barely live, because she only gets the attack buff when attacking a monk, unfortunately. Mill 2, nothing special, just another Glorious and then my Torrential. Bring back the Treeborn, and then here, because they're on 100 life, they gotta be extra defensive. So, they summon Caius, go to battle to kill my Jane. Pass. I got pretty much nothing, so I just set so MSD. They bring back Treeborn, they Heavy Storm, it's whatever. And now, because they have Substitute, they can dupe block me and send a lot of junk from their deck to the grave, and even bring back the Caius, so it's not in field, so they have a tribute thing for a turn. And boom, dupe block. Thankfully, I have the perfect thing to out it, and Raikou. And hey, I even got a Gareth for my troubles. So I could normal summon this Gareth first and try and get some mills and some draws, but I feel like I should do these mills first. Nothing special. So in my head, I'm thinking I could make a armory arm and then equip it to play. It's like, oh wait, no, I could just make Brio and bounce it. But I'll do this first. Draw 2, mill 2, see what I get. Nothing. There's that charge I didn't get to see. And it's like, okay, I'll just summon this, and then he sees I have Armory Arm, and he assumes I have Brio. That was the first game. Let's get to the next one. Second game was against, I believe it's Machina, like Machina Gadgets, playing Ultimate Offering. This person hit it off well, so they were pretty chill about things. Oh my goodness, these advertisements, I hate them. grab Fortress. I'm a bit worried about what the back row could be. So I'm like, okay, let's True Nade. They have a brief misunderstanding where they think they can use this during my main phase. So I had to tell them battle phase only. But now I know they're using gadgets and that. It's like, okay, I gotta be a bit wary of my battle phase now. So really bad mess up on their end. Punch in for 300. And I believe here's where I mill 3. Yeah. JD. I should have only milled JD and Raiko, but I milled 3 because I thought she was supposed to, and I got this, and this honestly does change the game a lot. Because I should be drawing this return, but instead I'm the reasoning, since I saw the gadget, I just call 4. A gadget, get a gadget. 2 again, or actually it's 3, and then pass. So I wouldn't have drawn Lumina here. She would have gotten milled, which would have really sucked. So I got 2 Lilas, and I know one of these is ultimate offering. Like, okay, try and snipe it. I just hit a limited removal. It's like, okay, I don't need to go to the battle phase. Then you can proc it on my turn. So I just go end phase, and I mill Lila, Glorious Illusion. And then I mill 3. Nothing good. It's just all the stuff I would want to have in my hand, actually. Thankfully, I opened with this Avarice, so I can shuffle back some stuff. Get the Gear Frame, get the Fortress. Now they got 2 Fortresses and a gadget in hand. Now it's kind of the ultimate offering, and they just speed up the process. And then end on a green. And then they use for Fortress. And last card is Solidarity. They go in. He doesn't change the stats, but all these are plus 800. Thankfully, I have Honest, so this Gear Frame dies. If he crashed Fortress into this to pop it, he could then walk into this and then deal some damage with the rest, but he doesn't want to commit that much yet, which understandable. So just kill my Lila. So I draw, and I have Illumina, and I kind of want to get more mills because I haven't seen any wolves. So I bring my stats back down to what they should be. Illumina with Prio, send Lila, and Lila with Prio, and I decided to get the Unknown, and it was Mirror Force, so I'm really glad I did. Goes to defense. I shuffle back and draw 5. I always like putting Honest back because back. And then I get Celestia, recharge. Okay, I'll just solo recharge for these Janes because I contribute that. Get Lila, get her, and hey, just look at that, another Saber. Now, if he decides to crash into this Jane, it's going to be even worse for him. Now this thing's a 32. So, the Fortress is 100 bigger than me. So he actually wouldn't even have to crash. Now that I think about it. Man, I really wish he would have just put the stat changes. He takes 300 less than he's supposed to. He fixes it during his turn. Finally, I hit a Wolf, and I even hit a Necrogarna. Mill 2 more. And then mill 3. Just nothing. There you go. Fixes the damage in it. And then he drew his own. Use that green gadget he had before, get red to get a yellow with the ultimate offering. Goes to kill me in battle, but I Necrogarna. Even he forgot that. Oh wait, no. No, it's 500 plus 300, so it'd be 33. So he'd be able to beat it in battle. He thought he was crashing probably because he didn't do that. And then he kills my wolf, Lumina, and but see, because I had these 2 equips, he couldn't use one of these. He had to use this to get over Like, if not, literally any of these could have destroyed it. But then I decide, okay, I think it's time now to Bella again. And I'm just gonna get rid of the Solidarity because I should just be able to game him here. Go in, and that's game, I believe. Oh no, it wasn't so because he took 14, but he should have taken 22. I don't even really remember what I sided. I think I just sided Cyber Dragon in, and that was about it. See my draws, and it's garbage. Gyarath with the equip is nice because he's 2550 with it, and Glorious Illusion to bring him back is nice. I just really wish I had like a name that could mill on its own. And honestly, if like the name was there instead of JD, I'd be happy. Like even a Raikou. Draw my Avarice again. Decide to go Gyarath, equip him, and set my Glorious, and pass. Because maybe he has Ultimate Offering already. The Foolishes, Fortress, which is Force. It's like, I got surprised by that, because like, oh yeah, I forgot they played that. Goes Gadget for Gadget. Goodness, there's something in my eye, and it's very pretty. Has Solidarity. Goes in. I'm gonna take a whole lot of damage. 750, 921, 2k. I decided I wanted to save the Glorious Illusion. Draw for turn, it's Raikou. But, well, I'm against my Cyber Dragon. This is the biggest copy Fortress I've ever made. And I was even more surprised when I got in for lethal. So I set my Raikou. The MST's the Glorious Illusion. It's a shame. Normal summons Gadget, uses it, and feature swap. Now, I do a dumb thing, and I give him the 4K. Not realizing that it's like, oh yeah, this thing can get the Solidarity buff, so it's big enough to kill me. So, because of the Solidarity buff, it's enough to kill me. I think it's a 3,400. So I should have just given the Raikou and let him pop. Maybe I would have won that game. Now we're in game 3. Third time I got Avarice, and then oh look at that, JD. So at least I got an Aaron. I got the Saber. I was thinking about summoning Arceus. It's like I can't even equip him with the Saber because of his own effect. Like it should. I really wish it said no one could target Lightsworn monsters anywhere with card effects except with Lightsworn cards. But nah, he's just awful. I honestly wish Lightsworn had like more cards that would like set the field, like spell traps that would set themselves to the field if they get milled. I know the new support gives them the negate one that does. But like, if Glorious Illusion could do that, that'd be nice. I understand why it can't. It'd be too good. I decide, like, oh man, that's really unfortunate because they had Smashing Ground. Well, time to bring out Jane. So I'm like, okay, if they got limiter removal like I saw that one game, it'll be fine because I have Honest. Mill, and there goes my Honest. Gear Frame. They go to Crash. And then bring it back, thinking that I was gonna Necrogardener, because I did have that engraved, but I had to explain, like, oh no, I'm using Honest, you still take the damage, and it's destroyed. And then, yay, I got Gyarath, so I could shuffle back both my Honests, and the Jane, and the Aaron, and the Sidra. Draw 2, hey, I got my Honest back. Gyarath, punch for a whole lot of damage. And I was supposed to mill that, so I fixed that. Mill 2, spell trap removal. Mill 2, and hey, I get 2 names, draw 2. This game is basically over. That's why I like Gyarath so much. summons a gadget, gets a new one. He pitches that for Fortress, and I apologize because, honestly. Now, I dueled against him again because he told me he had a Lightsworn Chaos Wing, and he's like, oh, do you want to duel with it? I'm like, oh, sure. So, I just duel him again, same list, and he's playing his Lightsworn variant. I go first, hand isn't the best. I pitch Aaron, and then I mill 2, no good mills. Of course, I draw into the wolf. Go Rhoda, just get a Jane. Jane, mill 2. Of course, I hit Honest, and then Jane. No point in sending the light yet. Solar Recharge, he's supposed to draw those 2, so now I know he has Gores, but honestly, I almost played into it because I forgot about it. Those 2 names, Foolishes for Plagues, summons Aaron, passes. Thankfully, didn't have that much good mills. I top deck an Honest, great. That for Celestia, he books it. I should have realized he had book set because I saw him draw it. I still mill 4, nothing. So I set my Heavy Storm and my Beckoning Light. Go figure, guess what? He's got enough names. So, I was like, well, I might as well do this to get the wolf out of my hand. So I pitch everything, I get Honest, and JD. I board, I take 3k, draws 2, banishes the Gores. He drew into Avarice. Shuffles back the Lightsworn names. I draw. It's a Lila. I remind him he needs to mill. Mill pretty much nothing good. Summon JD. Blow up the board. Lila. Hit for a lot of damage. Mill a lot. Still not hitting any wolves. That's the one I drew, and he also drew a wolf. And guess what? He drew another one. We're just kind of messing around, so we didn't mind telling each other. And he couldn't do anything with his hand, so game 1 went to me. I decided in my anti-Lightsworn stuff, and a lot of DD Crows, I believe, and called it a day. Slightly better hand. I got a Raikou at least this time. He gets the 1-up charge. Still have not gotten this myself. Gets his Lumina. Summons the wolf that he got off of it. Summons Jane, mills 2, it's all good. My Raikou, my Glorious Illusion, and my MST. Gets Lumina. Get Lila. A surprise deep pitch recharge. Lila, thankfully popped MST. Go battle. I don't want to deal with him having Lumina or any way to protect it, so I pop it. Mill 3, and I hit a wolf. He goes Jane in to crash. He has Honest though. He mills 2, she mills 3. Hit Dad and hit a Plague. I draw a piece. Banish things I don't want him having access to. I should have banished Dad instead of Arm Ignite, I guess. Get that garbage out of my hand. Back the wolf. Decide to go battle. And kill those. And then end phase, mill 3. I could have equipped this. It's just like, she's gonna die. So, just gotta do it. Now, I should have, because Aaron wouldn't have been able to get over if I equipped it. Would have had to go wolf. But, I mean, he's just gonna use this, so it doesn't matter. I had Glorious Illusion set, but, you know, unfortunately that line of text, when it leaves the field, destroy that monster. Catch the wolves. 3, thankfully nothing good. I drew a wolf, go figure. I set the sword as a bluff. I don't want to summon just yet. I want to see what I get. Jane. Do I have a Garroth Engrave? No, I don't. I wish I had a Garroth Engrave. I mill. Still no Garroth. Draw. Raikou. I just can tell he's got Gores because he doesn't do anything, so I just do it. It was Cold Wave. I'm like, oh, JD. So he's got Gores in hand and a JD. So it's like, darn it. And I take the damage, but I decide, oh wait, that's right, I have Necro's gone. Just negate the damage. Draw. All he needs is a monster. And, well, that's what he's going to get. I mean, he's got 5 cards in hand. He's going to draw 2 off after. It's like, okay, I'll just do this, get my JD back as I live, and that's it. So I did a bit more hate in. And look at that. Plague in the hand. And only this was a... Let's go in. I know it's a right though. Besides, caught my back row. Understandable. So the new one, go. I was like, oh wait, I got a mill off Jane. When he goes to attack, I'm like, oh wait, I got a mill. And I'm like, oh, I hit a wolf. Okay, thank God. And then because of that, he torrentials like, ah, okay, understandable. So then he summons like, okay, I'll torrential. Funny interaction there. Solar Reach this stupid wolf out of my hand. Get an Aaron and the Bleed and that little Gardner. There we go. Attack. Beckoning Light. 3. Summons. Had I equipped the Saber here, she wouldn't be able to get over. Like, that's what I'm saying. She does this, but I go Beckoning Light to get rid of... So it doesn't have a name. And then this to get back Aaron, so I can shuffle that back, so it won't have a name. And then, of course, mills itself in a right goes. Like, Aaron, get rid of the name. I'm like, please hit my last wolf. Didn't. It's unfortunate. Cold Wave, just so I couldn't set. It's like, oh, that makes sense. And of course, I don't summon the wolf. Maybe I can get something good. Then 3, and then they mill a name, which also gets them to draw. And from here, it's just over. Like, I can't win. I got a freaking wolf in hand. And they just pitch plague, summon back anything, and then they can summon back this, pop back row. Like, I use this and I get an honest, but then they just go plagues and make Brio and then bring gear up back to hand. That's game. You enjoy? I know I sure did. It's late now, so I gotta go. Have a good day.